What's going on, guys? Today we're doing something a little different. So if you don't know what I do during the week, usually I work with dealerships and take photos of their vehicles, whether that be for sale, and I also like to do it on the side for some creative content. So today we're going to show you how to sell a car using photography. Now, to get a car sold, you need people to potentially come and buy it or see it in person, and the best way to do that is through images. You could have a crappy car, and I've done this in the past, and the photos are just so appealing that people want to come check it out, and then you know what, maybe it's not as bad as they thought and they take it off your hands. So today we're going to do that right now, but first things first, we're going to go get a car wash. So we're going to skip the car wash. All right, so I had this place in mind for this shoot. I have this obsession with parking garages with car shoots, so typical. So this is nothing creative really, but I will be hitting up this parking garage. Hoping it's empty up here. All right, this will be perfect. So we got this empty parking garage. All right, so we have this empty parking garage. I'm gonna step out, do a walk around the vehicle, and just talk a little bit about how I angled the vehicle and the process for getting photos in purpose for selling. So let's hop out here. As you see behind me, we have the car set up there, and I'm just gonna hop behind the camera and just show you the angle that I go from. So typically I walk from the headlight here, the passenger headlight, and I just walk back and I'll zoom into about 70 millimeters. And I like to do a thing called 60-40. So you'll have 60% of the back here and only 40% of the front showing, and it just allows you to get like the perfect angle of the car. And I do have the sun completely behind me, which will allow the sun to beam on the front, and we can move the vehicle if needed. Next up, I like to come right up close to the headlight and just make sure I get some detailed shots of the headlight. And we move over and just get a nice wheel shot. Now, ideally, these would be a lot cleaner, but right now we can see we skipped the car wash. I'll also come over here and just get some detailed shots of the Quattro and just kind of showcase the vehicle for what it really is. Then we will grab an angled shot with the wheels still turned. I already took the photo, but I turned the wheel straight for the rear and the side shot. So I'll come over here and I just line myself up with the center of the vehicle in my chest, and I try and get both the mirrors to match symmetrically. And then I'll come over here lastly and just get a side shot of the vehicle nice and low. So that's basically it for the exterior. I'll do about 5 to 7 shots on the outside. Now we'll move on to the interior. It is quite windy out there, so this is a little bit better. So for the interior, I do like to move somewhere shaded, so I will go down below, just because you can see the light just beams in weird angles and stuff. So if you have a spot where you can go where it's a shaded area, that definitely helps, because you can just bump up your ISO, and then you can make sure that all the interior is perfectly lit. So let's head down there right now. So as you can see, the interior is nicely evenly lit. So the first thing I like to take is a wide angle shot showcasing the vehicle's interior from the driver's side to the passenger side, and just get right back and get a nice shot there. Just get a nice photo of the back seats. Last but not least, we'll get the steering wheel, and we'll also make sure you get in that sunroof. All right, so let's just do a run through of what I do in the front here. When I'm actually in the vehicle, after doing photos from outside looking in, I hop into the vehicle and I just go through a lot of the little widgets it has, and just make sure that I really capture what the vehicle is capable of and the luxuries that it does have. Luxuries. I can talk. So I always like to make sure I get a nice photo of the cluster, and then I'll zoom in and make sure I get the kilometers or miles, whichever one you're doing. And then I'll also hop over, make sure I get the little emblems that are sticking out for a reason. Then I'll make sure I do like a top down of the control panel itself, as well as a nice shot of the shifter, whether that be manual or automatic. I'll also make sure I add some of the options it has, like heated seats here and heated steering wheel. I'll make sure I get a shot here, and I'll also make sure I do it on the other side. Now, having comfort and memory seats is definitely a huge thing to add into your car, because it is a big selling point. Then I'll make sure if the vehicle is equipped with nav that I will get a shot of the nav, I'll also get the reverse camera just to make sure people know what it does have in the photos. And this really saves you from having to explain what the vehicle has if you just have it in the photos, because not too many people actually read the description of the cars you're trying to sell. So that's pretty much it on how you sell a vehicle using photography. Now, this is just like the fishing rod, and you got a fish on and you reel them in, and then once they get to your house, it's all on you. But you get people looking at your car, you get the word out there. This saves a lot of time with adding all the features it has in photos, because not too many people actually read the description of cars they're buying privately. I know this because I used to buy and sell cars on our Kijiji all the time, and it was a terrible experience. Someone actually called me leather one time. I'll pop up the photo right here. It's actually terrible. Yeah, so I found it a lot easier. I had a 2007 Passat that I sold, and I was selling it for like 6 months, and it wasn't until I actually took some nice professional photos of it that I actually got rid of it. So it does help. It's not a end-all be-all, but it is a big help to selling your vehicle. So I hope you guys liked today's video. I think next week I'm going to have my buddy come with his Audi R8 and hopefully shoot up at this exact same spot. It's a sweet car to get, and I like to get some creative shots of this. So maybe next week we'll do how to take better car photos. And I'll also maybe throw in a little bit of some iPhone photography as well. So make sure you stay tuned. This car is new. I actually just bought it. That's what kind of amped me to kind of make this video. So thank you for everyone subscribed and liking, commenting. I wouldn't have got this car if it wasn't for you. This is really your car. No, I'm kidding. Maybe one day though. Keep smashing that sub and like button. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. I'm gonna take this win by myself, but one day I'm sure I'll get that YouTube money. I'll see you guys next week.